Day 2. 14% already, which I'm pretty sure percentage is based purely on items, because the logbook lists 100 total. Still throws me for a loop every time I see, like, total game time that doesn't take into account things like cutscenes or, like, the pause menu. It was definitely longer than 140, not 100, an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, we're getting back into it, though. This game's still great. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, like when Prime 1 started, and then when Prime 2 started, it's like I'm always excited to get back to playing more of this game until it's done. Before that, though, we already got quite a bit of medals from all this. So I think it's only fair that we unlock the most important thing for the rest of the game. There. Alas, we cannot buy the ship bumper stickers yet because we need to beat 2 more bosses for that to count. Or whatever the game counts as bosses, because that's what the yellow medals are for. But it is nice, though. Again, it's like all the green medals were unlocked on this save file I downloaded, like in the lead up to this playthrough. So I'm so glad that there is forever a way to get around the fact that WeConnect 24 no longer functions. Let's start the game now. Alright. Things that happened last time. We got to Bryyo. We discovered that, like, we're totally corrupted with Phazon. We had to kill run this. And then we saw what our current objective is, which is we got to destroy these energy shield generators protecting the Leviathan. Got it. So, destroy Eastern Energy Signature. Right. And we can't destroy it yet because we need some heavy-duty firepower for that. We'll get it in due time. Ow. Oh yeah, and because we beat run this, we got ice missiles. So naturally, this means that we can hop all over this fuel gel and not worry about burning ourselves. Quite convenient, I gotta say, giving you a missile expansion after you solve a puzzle that requires the use of missiles. Okay, that somehow didn't work. Okay, hold on. Let me double check. Right, yeah. There's that white blast door that we can now open, actually. Yeah, I'd already scanned white blast shields before. Alright. Must be moved into position to be used as an attach point for the connection system. Right. Grapple beam. This is nice. Like, they knew full well because of the new control systems they had that it's like the use of grapple beam to get across, like, big gaps was no longer an issue that, like, you could only now... Like, in the old days, it was just, you did it only to get over big gaps, and that was it. The idea that you needed to shoot something was not even a consideration. But with that, though, hey, that's nice. We got ourselves a very convenient shortcut all the way back to the refinery site. It's good layout. Good layout. I appreciate it. Should be a missile expansion in here, though. Oh! Okay. Only about 2 missiles, but I guess that's fine. Right, yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything with those yet because we don't have a thing to melt the ice. Right. But I forget, isn't there like another thing? Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I just realized that like that shortcut back into the refinery site was like a one-way drop. I can't get back up there, and that's where the missile expansion was. I just did not look to the right. Fine, whatever. We didn't. It's not like we got too far anyway. This will go faster. All right. One minor thing I gotta hold against this game, unfortunately. You don't get the traditional fanfare when you load up a game at a save point. It just doesn't play. We only got it when we had, like, emerged from our ship at the start of the game, but, like, the fact that it doesn't happen at any other time is, like, such a huge oversight. I mean, I say it's a huge oversight, but not to the point that I'm like, game ruined, 0 out of 10, yada yada. It's like, no, it's just weird. Like, the nature of tradition in Nintendo games is, like, one that, like, conditions you to the idea that things have to have certain things happen, because that's how it's always been. So it throws you for a loop when they decide not to. There. So we got that. Oh. I got a bit cheeky there. I thought it would give you enough time to immediately grapple after shooting the point, but no, you're kind of meant to swing back and then forward again. All right. That's right, because that's how you get this shortcut to work. Wow. I can't believe I botched it that bad on the first run through. Like, what was I thinking? Okay. But never mind that. So we're heading back to our ship. We got a upcoming scan. One that is, like, traditionally a pain in the ass. For, hold on. There we go. Traditionally a pain in the ass anytime you're going for 100% logbook scans. But this is going to be our best opportunity. Now then. There we go. We don't have to worry about these fuckers anymore. Okay. Yeah. Can't grapple them from that height, but that's fine. We just keep moving. Get back to our ship, and we are going to finally see our good old bobblehead now that we got it activated. Man, this game still looks real nice, even when it's in 4x3. Gives it a weird sense of consistency, funny enough, with the previous two games, since they didn't have widescreen on the GameCube. Here it is. Yeah, you could just do that. And yes, that me is absolutely one that I made to be Samus Aran. Because it made sense. Like hell, I was gonna try and like make a me of my avatar, let alone like my real ass face. Okay, so gotta head back to the crash site. Now that we can explore things a bit further in this region. Oh yeah, it's just like, yeah. The fanfare only plays when you move your ship to a new location and you exit out of it. That's the only time it really works. Just kind of a pain. All right. None to them. Oh, man. This week's been busy. Mm-hmm. Oh?
Samus, we have discovered a Federation landing site on Bryyo.
I know, I'm going back there.
You will be able to use this facility to upgrade your ship.
Mm-hmm.
We are sending the coordinates to you now.
Got it. Yeah. Still nice, though. Even if it is, like, reminding you yet again how limited the ship's functionality and use actually was at the end of the day. It's still cool that we get to, like... We get the sense that they wanted you to, like, have, like, a sense of, like, upgrade progression for your ship, just like you do with Samus herself. Which, hey, you know? Prime 4, they could probably revisit that. They could probably go a whole lot further with it now with the tech we currently have. But yeah, work's been particularly busy just over the being Thanksgiving week and all. And even though tomorrow is normally the start of a 4-day weekend for everyone, I still got to do a few more hours for Thursday. But hey, at least once that's done, I can just take my time chilling out as best I can for the weekend. Mm-hmm. Balls of fire. Oh yeah, this place. Alright, these things. It really is quite interesting how they implemented the ice missiles here in, like, in Prime 3, just because it's like, since it's a missile and not like your regular beam attack, there's no like charge function for it, you know? And the thing with the charge beam when using ice was always that, like, you charged it up, that was like a guarantee to, like, instantly freeze an enemy. Here it's more like there's no charge for the missile, so you do kind of have to hit them with multiple missiles over time, and as each missile hits, you do get to see them, like, start to slow down. Ah, missed it. Okay. Yeah, there isn't any, like, other items in this specific room. It's the next one, though. Next one's gonna get us an E-Tank. But now we got the start of a puzzle. Yeah. That's it. Just making use of all the things the game had been showing beforehand with Bryyo and just the whole fuel gel concept. Mm-hmm. Just one more. Oh! Oh, missed him. Are they cycling through? I guess they are. Oh, whatever. Got it. Last one. Such a, like, simple yet consistent and, like, enjoyable puzzle gimmick of this entire zone. You know, just taking advantage of the fuel gel's properties by just, like, shooting at it to, like, cause things to turn into flames and explode, or use ice missiles to, like, freeze bodies of it. Like, it is real... It's real simple, but effective. Actually, are they even going to come back? Nah, screw it. I thought I'd try and get ahead on that, but I don't know. I'll have a better chance, I think, of like getting those scanned later on in the game.
Samus, we have uncovered more information regarding your condition. It
Do
appears
tell.
that once activated, the unique Phazon inside your body overreacts after several seconds. We did not foresee this problem when we gave you the PED, and unknowingly, we put you in grave danger.
Yeah, of course he did.
We are sorry.
You better.
Please be aware that it will not be possible to counter Dark Samus without the PED. You must be careful in using it. In the meantime, we will continue to investigate this unique Phazon.
Yep, that's the gist of it. There, got that. Whew. Perfect. See, right, this is the ruined shrine. Is that scannable or something? Hold on. Localized explosive blast could cause complete structural failure or whatever it is. Yeah, got it. Yep. Just cause that chain reaction right there. Very nice. Ah. Okay, not that kind of explosive. This kind of explosive. Actually, yeah, I missed it somewhere. Where was the... Oh, God. Literally just fell right under. What the hell? Actually, I never checked the bottom. Oh, yeah. I can hear that energy hum. I hear it. Not a bad hiding spot. I'll give it that. That said, I do have to make this climb all over again, but hey, with controls as good as these, it's like first-person platform is forming is even less of a frustrating process. And it was already pretty free of frustration in the first two games, and that's like with movement and turning done on a single stick. Okay, but here we are. Federation landing site. We're gonna get us an energy cell, some missiles for our gunship, and a couple scans.
Hostile life forms detected.
Oh boy. Alright, screw it. Alright, more of this then. Okay, seriously, get back down here. Come on. Huh! That's how you do it. Right, I just remembered. You gotta freeze them. Like, unless that was somehow a cumulative kill system and I completely forgot, but like, I want to say that was like what caused it. Like, you freeze them, like, when they have their chakram thrown out, and that's how you, hold on. And then, like, when it comes back on the return trip, it'll, like, kill them. There. Oh my god. That was pretty good. I'm very proud of, like, that one particular kill. Getting me that friend voucher that is otherwise completely useless. Right. Normally we would need to keep these down first so that we can land our ship, but the problem is that like the doors up top are closed, so we got to use these to jump our way up. Okay. There we go. Energy cell. Wonder what happens when I take it. Yep, that's what happens. That'll be good for later. Whew, nice. And there you go. Door's low-level energy shield. Only high-temp beams can disrupt the shield and open the door. Something that will definitely be getting much later. Done. Was that? No, that wasn't enough. Ah, damn it. I think I was jumping just a bit too far. God damn it. Oh, I completely forgot this step. That's right. Okay, here's a pretty neat one. So, this one's not even being subtle. Like, just look at the graphic. That is clearly just a Wii remote. And then it tells you just, you know, tilted back and then tilted forward. Again, I still like them in the context of, like, this game and what it does for immersion's sake. But it is kind of silly when, like, in-universe they have to, like, make the lever look like a basic silhouette of the Wii remote. It's so silly. Right. Now then.
Data received.
There we go. Nice. And now that that's done, time to give our ship some firepower. Which is basically going under the assumption that it somehow did not have any, or at least not any that would generally be, like, adequate. Look at that. Ship missiles online. Lock on to command icons with Z to initiate a bombing run. This is one of those things where, like, it's very infrequent when you're able to use it, just because naturally there's a lot of areas where you're going to be indoors. But man, it is fun to, like, bombing runs with the ship via the command visor, because the gunship missiles have their own ammo supply. It very much feels like it's like you got like a more interesting take on the power bomb concept. That's what it feels like to me. To the point where it's like I always forget whether or not there were traditional power bombs in this. I want to say no because the collectibles you get in this, one of those like are gunship missile expansions. That's generally the point. Like it's a change from what you usually expect that I'm totally all about. Because the function is largely the same. I mean, like, obviously, it's not something that can be really used, like, in every single room, naturally, because you need to be actually outdoors for the ship to even cover it. Also, I never checked out Run This Is ship. Pilot status, deceased. Yeah. And like if I had scanned that earlier, it would have said something different, like as far as like the whereabouts of Run This. But now that I murked him, it's like, well, he's dead. Confirmed deceased. Pirates are making their way back. Okay. So. Vacation site, gel hall. Right. Just making our way. Okay. They're definitely not going to want us taking out that generator. Also, just so I'm making sure that like I'm still perfectly on track, I am double checking like the scans that I get for the space pirate specifically, just because that's always like the one category where it feels like, because of how they are scripted to show up at specific points based on like what items you get and progress made in the story, I feel like it could be very easy in the heat of the moment to miss when they show up. So I'm just doing like a double check just to make sure. I mean, the core reason is that, like, I kind of blasted through, like, that big opening fight before Run This. So like, I didn't, because I know then I did not even think to use the scan visor. And I think there might have been a pirate back then, but I get the sense that it might be one that will, like, show up again. All right. There we go. Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah, this is right. I forgot that they introduced this part this early. At least it doesn't take away an entire health bar. Okay, Armored Arrow Trooper. Susceptible to explosive attacks. Oh, man. There we go. That's those three. Right, it's still playing me because... Oh, no! There's one over there. You know, you get a Hyper Beam. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're just gonna keep spawning in, so... Unless I do this... By jamming to... Right! Yeah. Sup, Raph? You came just in time for a bombing run. Just gotta get rid of, like, some communication jamming devices. unless... Alright, is it just these two? I think it is. Got it. Not much was catching up on a show I'm watching till I saw you were on. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, like the times I usually go on, there, you can at least count on them being consistent. But that was fun. Using the game's replacement for the power bombs. Just kind of cool, yeah. Okay. And this game has still been a good time. Yep. I was talking about it exactly the same. Like when we were like early on, just going back to the to the area where you first unlocked the missiles for your gunship, and it being like it'd be nice, like, as a major part of it is if they expanded the idea of you upgrading your ship's capabilities, like in tandem with you upgrading Samus's abilities. Ah, damn it. They really love to start doing that. What? What the fuck? God damn that pirate bastard. He still got me even in death. Ah, fuck it. Been thinking about it since the last stream. I loved the game when it came out and thought I was in crazy town around complainers. Yeah, same here. I know that feeling. And kind of realized that oddly what I liked about it was pseudo expanded in Dread. Yeah. Yeah, in some ways, absolutely. Okay. Let's just get back to that open courtyard. That was bad. This is like I was already doing what I could to like empty out that Phazon from the overload, but it was like no time at all. I have no idea how the fuck that even happened. Oh, come on. No. Stop it. What the fuck? I literally cannot see shit right now. Okay. Right. Action focus and combat focus, semi-linearity. Though I wouldn't really call Dread linear, and the sequel to Dread already teased the DT. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just thinking again, yeah, about like that whole like that final Metroid form with like the straight up has what literally calls it a hyper beam. It's kind of nuts. Also, considering like my first game over from in this game, from like stuff like this on the run back to the shield generator, it's funny how it's talked about just how like Prime 3 is obviously easier than Prime 2, you know? You talk about, oh, it's an easy game, it was made for the Wii, yada yada, accessibility, casual gamers, blah blah, and it's like, sure, it may not be punching you in the dick out the gate, but it's still finding ways to, like, put you in really bad situations if you're not paying attention. Yeah. Yeah, though with Dread in particular, it's like, I found so many of like the complaints towards it from people seeming like even more absurd by the virtue of the fact that like a lot of the reasons for why they try and like discredit it just comes off so much as people just refusing to like accept the concept that there could possibly be like a Metroid game that could come out that is better than Super. Or Zero Mission, I guess, if you prefer that because you don't like the physics of Super. Wasting no time with those bastards. I remember exactly what he did with that Phazon grenade. Yeah, well, that's the bane of Nintendo's IPs, I guess. True. It's just... fanboy nostalgia is a hell of a blinding thing. Anyway, let's blow this thing all to hell.
Data received.
Yeah, Super is really good, but I think like because of what I like a lot about Dread, I'm definitely on the side that thinks that yeah, it has absolutely surpassed Dread. Dread has surpassed Super for me as like as the best 2D Metroid for like for my money. The game's still high up regardless, so like that part's not gonna change. All right. Come on, open up. Thank you. Advanced Shield Trooper. There we go. I think this was the one I had missed at another point. But yeah, this is something that I think is actually pretty cool about what Prime does, what Prime 3 does specifically with your ability to like scan things, specifically with how it pertains to the pirates. Like the fact that what I just did, I scanned the advanced shield pirate because he had the shield. Okay, I took off the shield. Now he just became the regular advanced pirate, and that let me get a second scan that I had missed before. Like, that is real good. I like that extra detail as far as giving you, like, even more chances to get scans for the logbook with enemies that you may have, like, missed, you know? Like, no one would argue Ocarina has better exploration than Breath of the Wild, because come on. Yeah, because, like, because it's not really exploration in the purest sense. It is just It's just scenery to appreciate as you get from point A to B as part of, like, the intended story. Okay. There we go. Time for a shortcut. Nice. Wait. I think this was like the wrong room to go in. Ah, damn it. Whatever. Yeah, we're just gonna head back, I think, because this area is done. We gotta go to the last remaining landing zone. An interesting question. Okay. State your question. I'm very interested to answer. Favorite looking Metroid? Yeah, that is interesting, because how often do you ever actually think of that? Because, like, and I'm guessing when you're saying favorite looking Metroid, you're also taking into account the various evolutions of Metroid in, like, Metroid 2 and stuff like that, you know? Stuff where it's like the form clearly no longer looks like what everyone associates with as a Metroid. By the way, since you missed it early on, I unlocked the Mii bobblehead. Oh, you meant the series. Okay. Favorite looking. Yep. It's a Mii of Samus. Samus Aran, bounty hunter and intergalactic narcissist. But yeah, I think as far as, like, favorite looking Metroid, like, game. Oh, man. Like, Dread's got some pretty fantastic, like, visuals and stuff, but I think even in terms of fidelity for what could be done, like during the time frame that came out, I think even that still doesn't rank, like, at the top. Honestly, I feel like my favorite looking, as unfair as it may seem, it's any of the 3 Prime games in this trilogy. The only problem is, I think, like, trying to narrow down which of those 3 I think is the best looking is, like, a harder one. Yeah. Actually, you know, you mentioning that, I think I'm gonna go with that, Prime 3 as well. Because for me, it was going back and forth between, in my head, either that or Prime 1. But thinking about 3 again more closely and just, like, the detail and, like, scope of the environment, it's like, yeah, no, it's a no contest. Like, this game is Retro Studios' art team at its peak. Yeah. Yeah, it's because, like, you think about, like, not just the hunters, but also all the other people, like, in the Galactic Federation that you meet. Because, like, there's you remember, like, on the ship in the beginning, like, there's like, they're the crew members on the ship who are not Marines, so they don't have, like, the trooper armor, but they have, like, these, like, skin-tight bodysuits that cover everything except the face and their fingers, you know? But, like, because of, like, how the way that, like, the face part is visible, you know, it's the sort of thing where, like, you know, if you put, like, an astronaut outfit on top of that, it would, like, feel right at home, you know? Like a classic old school type astronaut. The 2D, I love Super, but Dread is insane art design, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, it has, yeah. Dread's art design is incredible, like, in the wake of the fact that it, like, is not, like, technically pushing things as far as it could, like, on its own platform compared to, like, I think other games. Like, but that's obviously because of just what it's doing to maintain 60 FPS at all times, or at least as much as it can. Because, like, Super is, like, visually and technically, like, a very impressive game for the hardware it's on. And that's one of those things where I find it is, like, a major factor in it being a fantastic looking game. Because it's not just good on its own merits, but also good in the context of, like, what you have to compare it next to in terms of tech. Yeah, I think for me, it doesn't immediately spring to mind as best looking Switch game, mostly just because I can think of, like, other Nintendo games that have come out that, like, are still able to do things a lot cleaner. But then again, I'm probably the kind of person that'd be biased enough to say that that like a 3D Mario game, like Odyssey, is like one of, if not the best looking on Switch, or that I think Galaxy 2 is the best looking Wii game, you know? But that's obviously being handled so much by art design, as well as you know, it being 60 FPS, which I'll always say, even if it doesn't translate into like the nicest looking screenshot, like, seeing a game move that smoothly and quickly in motion will help a lot in making, like, your visual fidelity look even better. Tech's nothing without art design. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a thing that, like, you need to balance both ends of it. Like, they're important to each other. All right. Okay. All right. Time for more missiles. God, you can only imagine just how much cooler this stuff would all be with the ship. Like the bombing run aspect is cool, but God, if things just got, like, even cooler, where you could where, like, you could, like, manually control it. Damn, Samus, I wonder why every planet you leave explodes. Alright. More hyper mode. More power. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, they really push you around this point to just get absolutely crazy with hyper mode. Like, enemies are gonna start triggering in mid-battle. You gotta activate yours in order to keep pace. Actually gonna double check things with the log to make sure, because things were definitely a bit hectic. Yeah, advanced pirate trooper, an assault pirate trooper, and we got berserker knight. Absolutely. Was just dropping in for a bit. Okay. Thanks. You have a good day as well, man. I'll still be here. Okay, so what do we got next? Jousting field, right. Oh yeah, that's right. Even these things start to engage hyper mode. Done. Oh man. Okay. So we should be getting 2 new creatures for this. Alright, that's those. Oh yeah, this, right. Oh, I forgot about this mini boss. This is a cool one. It's a freaking antlion looking creature with like a space pirate riding on top of it. Pirate Hussar. Wields an energy lance in combat. Tongue and mouth are sensitive, belly sometimes vulnerable from the ground. There we go. That's it for the rider. Ah! Are you kidding? Right, yeah, I gotta do that first. Or not. Okay. And yep. Oh god, okay, I missed that. Right. Yeah, it's multiple phases to this. The timing for getting the morph ball to register is a bit finicky. We'll get this though. I love how much you can just melt things with this. Oh, man. It's stuff like this where it does make me wonder. This was probably a big factor in why Retro fought hard against the idea of, like, having hyper mode be like a controllable game mechanic. Because it's like, it's stuff like that where you know that you can turn it on then off as need be. And before like it engages the corrupted status. And like when you exit out of it, it gives you back an X amount of certain amount of health based on how much was left in the meter, you know? So it basically makes it so that if you expel it otherwise when you're in a corrupted state, that basically is a penalty that means you're losing that full E-tank no matter what. There we go. Yeah, it almost becomes kind of unfair to everyone in the game when you use hyper mode and they're not using their own equivalent to balance it out. Oh well, it is what it is. Right. Take a right to save station B. There we go. Anyone else? Come on. Where are you? Nice. 2 for 1. I like it. Come on, Disc. Read faster. This is what I get for using my original copy for the stream purposes. For the sake of authenticity. Oh yeah, and in exchange for the lore, have a missile expansion. The Hunted. The Primals crafted new magics to protect their warriors and sent them into the burning wasteland to hunt the Lords of Science hiding there. Tried to avoid conflict, many Science Lords were found and ended by primal war bands. But the sole survivor, the last remaining Lord of Science, in order to protect myself, adopted the wisdom once shared by the Chozo. Merged the ways of the new, science, with the ways of old, magic. Built mighty Mogenars out of stone and placed them outside the walls of my home, there to silently protect me from all enemies. Yeah, that worked as well as you could probably expect. Alright. Come on, load the map. Thank you. Alright. So south is to the right. Unable to open from this side. Oh well, might as well. I generally know what's gonna happen, and I think, like, you kind of have to see this in action for it to trigger the next room. Oh no!
There are 2 anti-aircraft turrets protecting the generator.
I can see that.
Your ship will not be able to get a clear shot while those guns are active.
Yeah, which then begs the question, how the hell do I get through? Right, yeah, of course. The old classic of expend all options before the game straight up tells you. Alright. Now we can start taking care of these generators. Which, if I recall, at least early on in the game, these encounters get quite tricky. Even on Veteran. On Hyper Mode, it's like, no question, they get difficult. Like, it's Hyper Mode. That difficulty is supposed to be the hardest it gets. Oh wait, I missed this one. Armored Pirate Trooper. Yeah, good enough. Still, even when you're turning it on for like a few seconds and then off to expend shots, still got to be careful because every shot means like more health taken away. Remorse class turret. Right. And of course the space pirates have their own type of blue doors. Oh yeah, that's right. You could also hit the fuel gel canisters if you want it. That's right. Got it. Alright, time to take down the first of two. A little preview of the weak points. Alright. South Jungle Court. Don't need to worry about any scans. Just focus on this turret. What do I need? Tiamat, operate the underside valve to open all the ammunition chambers. There we go. And now we gotta do this multiple times. And as you'd expect, you're gonna have situations where they start initiating hyper mode when given the chance. But hey, at least that field will just kill those pirates if they go inside. Yeah. And as you'd imagine, because these things have armor that can be broken off, the whole point is that, like, you can't freeze them in that state. That's just how it is. Still, again, the whole armor and shield concept and how that ties into, like, unlocking more scans in case you missed it is, like, that's real good. That's real good design. There we go. Now to mop up the rest. Come on. Any more health that I can pick up, please? Anything. Okay, good enough. Not bad, not bad. Man, with the pace we're going at, it's like it won't be too long before we finish this first visit to Bryyo, and then we can get on to the best area of the game. God, I cannot wait for Skytown. Phazon fungus grows only in highly corrupted regions, vulnerable to weapon fire. And gives me some energy orbs. Which, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, as soon as you get the PED suit, any energy units that you would normally pick up are now replaced with Phazon units. Kind of like with Dread, where like the energy and missile pickups halfway through essentially get replaced by the X-Parasites because they return. Okay, I can't go through there. Right, hold on. I gotta find a way inside that. Wait, hold on. Yep, that's right. Okay, no, you actually start on this side. My bad. Then it lets you up. Simple, but hey, another missile for our ship. These are as limited as power bombs, like you'd expect. So yeah, North Jungle Court. That's where we gotta go next. Oh god, I forgot. They just have like regular mines that they put down there. Forget, is that like a scan that counts in the logbook? No, it doesn't. It's just like a basic ass proximity mine. It's kind of a shame. There we go. Get as much health as we can because we're gonna need it for this. Right. Oh yeah, this one. I remember like the trick for this particular turret being kind of a pain because of the what you have to do to keep track. Clamps to securing the ammunition valve. Release clamps to expose ammo. Yeah, and we can't expose those until we get us... Until we find us the... Oh, god damn it. Where's the switch? Where's the lever that I need to pull? But yeah, compared to the first turret, this is like a noticeably tougher challenge. Not gonna lie. Yes, yes, and you gotta show me the whole thing. Oh, right. Yeah, I just need to do this, though. Just to make sure. Perfect execution. Oh, wow. You know, for as much as I talked about how this could get real tough, I did surprisingly well on my first try. I think it was just recent memories from like the last time I played through this. I remember this, I think this was actually where I first died the last time I did a playthrough of this. Because as much as this game is touted as being like the easiest of the Prime games, it is still very easy to die because of the whole dynamic with like hyper mode and enemies that use it and overloading you with Phazon. I'm still upset that that pirate that I killed managed to get me with like a Phazon overloader and I cooked. That was the worst. Generator Hall North, okay. Gonna get us a missile expansion, then we'll blow up the turret. And we can access the Leviathan. There. Drop dead. Oh, wait, I know. Ta-da! Got it. Whew, nice. Yeah, the motions for this thus far have been working out pretty alright, considering this is still my kind of less than ideal angle and setup for motion control stuff. I know it would absolutely be unideal when it comes to, like, doing light gun games, which would be very nice to get back to one of these days. I've actually been having the contemplation about something that's light gun related, and that is basically I'm thinking of pulling the trigger. No pun intended. I know what you fuckers are thinking. By just getting a light gun for the original Xbox, because those exist, and as few as they are, there are technically still some light gun games for it. Most notable, I think, that are at least exclusive to it are Silent Scope Complete and House of the Dead 3. The thing is, I'm currently stuck in the predicament of, do I want to, like, focus on just getting, like, a inexpensive but reliable light gun that is just, like, a traditional pistol shape, or do I want to go crazy and get that one, like, Silent Scope light rifle that came out for the OG Xbox to coincide with Silent Scope Complete?
The seed is now exposed. You must fly there and find a way to destroy it.
Yeah. And the thing is, I say that only because, like, and this is even after having done plenty of research into those games and into the light guns that are available, and realizing that Silent Scope Complete is programmed in a way where it's like, if you want to have any hope of any sort of light gun working with it, you gotta jack up, like, the brightness either, like, in the in-game settings or on your TV for its register, because the game decides that it needs to constantly draw a scope on screen that tracks along with, like, where you're aiming the light gun, which is like, there's only one time that light gun games on consoles ever do that, and it's in the calibration screen, because guess what? Calibration screens are generally on very bright, solid color, like, backgrounds, because even before you pull the trigger, that is giving you enough information, like, to the it's sending out enough light to the receptors on the inside of the light gun itself, so that it can register where its position is in regards to the game's calibration, and then that's how things get shot in light gun games. Silent Scope, they had to do something completely bizarre just because of the whole, like, scope mechanic that they could not recreate, since it would be ridiculously expensive to, like, release, like, a commercial, like, light gun controller that has like a mini screen inside of a scope like it does in the arcades. That's just not feasible. So instead they settle on, like, you toggling it with a button, or in the case of the light rifle that I saw, they have, like, a motion activated light sensor where you put your head up to where the scope is and block the light that's accessing it. Then it's like, okay, now we activate the scope. Like, it all sounds cool. There we go. Even so, I want to try it. And I wish I, like, had just the money to spare on getting that light rifle, even though it seems to be considerably more pricey to get these days. But hey, if I got it, it would probably make House of the Dead 3 a lot better to experience, because it also doubles as a shotgun controller. And that's what House of the Dead 3 was played as. You know, like, you had a shotgun-shaped light gun in the arcades. I don't know. It's still things that I'm thinking a lot about. I guess at the end of the day, I could just, like, settle on the cheap light gun, download Silent Scope Complete, load it on my Xbox, and, like, check to see if my TV, like, if it's possible for me to be okay with adjusting, like, the brightness settings on my TV and not the game itself to make it work. Because I'd rather not fuck with the brightness and the in-game settings, because then that would mean I would have to account for that in the game capture feed on OBS. Just wouldn't be fun. to adjust the brightness that way. I don't know. Either way, I know that would be one of those stream videos where, like, once I put it on YouTube, I know it'll get more views than all the other ones. Because as far as, like if my previous VODs are of any indication, people are always surprised and impressed to see the streams that I do of playing light gun games the legit way. Because what streamer these days, in the year of this crap-ass world 2021, could possibly be able to do that? Turns out no one except for a very small handful of dedicated individuals, like me. Yeah. But either way... Oh yeah, that's right. Actually... Do I even want to go this direction? Because it's like all of these Scourge bugs are straight up on the on my radar. I could sit here and like kill them all and get like a friend voucher, but it's a friend voucher. It doesn't count towards like any of the medals because we can't trade friend vouchers. Okay. That said, here we are. We are in a mini version of the Impact Crater, like end game of Metroid Prime 1. And as such, we're going to be doing these multiple times, one for each planet, as they all have a different boss that's protecting it, and like the Phazon that it generates. Okay. I'm just taking off my jacket for this. Starting to get a bit toasty. My jacket in real life, obviously, not the one on my avatar. That one is never coming off. It's never coming off unless something of, like, significant life importance happens. Here we go. The first of this game's Guardian bosses, I'll say. These basically fill the same role as, like, the Guardians in, like, the Dark Ether temples of Metroid Prime 2. Here we go. Mogenar. Ancient Reptilicus War Golem. Orbs appear to be source of power. Yep, so... Alright. Reanimated and re-energized with Phazon. Relies on socketed energy orbs. They themselves have a fragile exterior, but contain pure Phazon energy. Must be completely overloaded before it will be destroyed. Yeah, so crack the shell, use hyper mode. Yeah, it's still kind of a pain to work with. It's still a cool fight, though, because it's like you have these weak points that do change over time. That said, I think, off the top of my head, this is generally one of those fights that is not as, like, there are better Guardian fights to deal with. There we go. We at least got the first one down. Generally more practical long-term to just focus on breaking one orb and then like repeating the process. I remember, I think I mistakenly tried to distribute the damage evenly across all three, and it made things take too long, and it just was not, it was not practical because of like how his phases change at this point. Right, okay, yeah. Because there's also this. Explosion near his feet could probably destroy these. Yeah. And that's how you get back to this phase. Ah. As you can imagine, the whole concept is like kind of tricky with lock-on free aim, but that is part of the fun. It's what it's designed for because, like, yeah, you may be needing to account for the angle, but if you're gonna lock on anyway, like, the only time, like, lock on, like, the only place on his body that it will lock on is center mass. That's how this game designs it, and why it, like, emphasizes lock-on free aim. The only time I think it emphasizes not doing that is, like, if you have the aiming sensitivity to basic. Because I think if you do that... Yeah, like, if you have it down to, like, basic level or whatever, it turns it off because it's assuming that if you're wanting to do free aim, you're not going to be accidentally turning the screen direction as often because of, like, the bounding box. Still, it's like once you get the pattern down, it works and it's fun. But as it is an early game fight, like it is the first of these 3 Leviathan Guardians, it is far from like leaving as strong of an impression as some of the later ones. There we go. I almost got him. Got it. Okay. 3 out of 4 weak points down. Now the last one we got to worry about is the one on his back. Ow. Oh, come on. Okay. 1 E-tank and 52 points. Oh, come on! What the hell? Bullshit! No, 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 no. Seriously, I'm not getting enough time to actually get it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of not the best. Oh, fuck off. I sincerely hope I do not die to fucking Mogenar. Because even the last time I fought him, it was like, I didn't die, but I made things take way longer than it was supposed to because of my, like, kind of foolishness. Yeah, just get into rush you and sidestep. Yeah. At least with the back spot, he has no other orb slots that he can move it to. That's always the best part. But God, this is getting real intense right now. And thankfully, That charge seems to be the only option he has left now. So it's just the... Nope, no, no, I take back what I said. No! Oh, come on! Oh, fuck that. What a bastard. Okay, well, at least it started me there at the cutscene. Fucking god damn it. The worst luck. Dying to Mogenar for the first time in forever. And before that, getting overloaded with Phazon by a pirate that I had just killed, throwing off a grenade. And somehow, like, not having enough time to start, like, ejecting that Phazon before it corrupts me. Like, why would it do that? How does something like that not just start you at corruption, like, halfway filled? It seems ridiculous. Ah, there we go. There, that's a lot. That is a way better use of the E-Tank than it was past last time, where it felt like I was just expending the whole thing. There. There we go. Alright, still better. This is going a lot faster. This is how it should have been. How is that not close enough? Alright, now that time it worked. Oh yeah, that's right. You're kind of expected to do this during this phase in order to see the shockwaves. I'm an idiot. Right, yeah. Camera's smart. It actually recognizes it and, like, changes based on, like, what attack is happening to help you better see it. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, that's God, why did I not think to shoot the hands for more health pickups? That's the point. There. That works. And I'm no longer dangerously low on health like I was last time. That's what happens when you use hyper mode inefficiently. Oh, come on! Ugh, fucker! There we go. Now we can focus on his back orb. Come on. Charge me, you bastard. Don't worry, we got this. Oh, man. And my charge shot missed. I feel like that could have been the cycle I got it if I just did not miss. Got it! Yeah! Nice! Second try worked out. Whew. Hour and a half in to the stream. 2 deaths. And we got our first hyper mode upgrade. Okay, yeah. It's a bit thirsty. Yeah, that's something you should get checked, girl. But look at that. Those neon blue lines, they're now more pronounced. Hyperball. And man, I am so glad that when they came up with hyper mode, they did not choose to just let it rest on the idea of activated, have super powerful beam attacks. It's like, no, let's actually think about it. How should we apply hyper mode's effects to your core toolkit? And now, here's the first example of this. Just turn into a morph ball and instead of laying a bomb, just exude huge amounts of force lightning. Nice. And there's the core. All right, then. Release Phazon towards the core. Because this energy source is incredibly silly in the sense that it is very potent unless you apply too much to it, then it overloads. Yeah, whatever. Everything's got to have a weakness for it to work in a video game. Now look at her just walk away from it exploding like a boss. Nice. That's the end of that chapter.
Bryyo is now saved from further Phazon corruption. Thank you, Samus.
You're damn welcome.
Your next objective will be Elysia. Though Gore is stationed there, the Leviathan's Phazon contamination is still spreading. The impact point is hidden deep within the storm clouds of this planet. You will not be able to reach its limit. Instead, you may land near an automated research facility floating high above the surface, where GF Aurora Unit 217 is stationed. Unit 217 has been infected by the corruption virus and is currently offline. I have uploaded a program to your suit that will purge any traces of corruption in the AU and restore its functionality.
Nice.
Once Unit 217 has been restored, it will help us
Samus Aran. Like, bounty hunter and walking antivirus software, I guess.
We are concerned about Gore ever since he lost contact with us. We hope he is safe.
Spoilers, he's not. Oh god, yeah, just look at this. Like, they went to the effort of letting you, like, arm the guns and have, like, this part of the cockpits, like the heads-up display, change. But you can't do anything with it. You can't shoot at anything when in the cockpit. It's like, God. The ideas that the people at Retro must have had for what they were wanting to do with this game, with the ship. I can only imagine just how vast and extensive it had to be. Oh, man. They gotta bring this back for Prime 4. They have to. They got to realize this thing's, like, full potential. I think I feel like I was seeing some visible seams in, like, the skybox. Then again, I feel like that's just kind of a symptom of this Wii that I have. I feel like every now and then you occasionally come across, like, noticeable seams in, like, textures or whatever that you normally would not have seen. Hell, I doubt that even if I were to downgrade the video quality to composite, I still probably would be able to see it. Like, that's how much it's like... This old technology, it's falling apart. And there's no real way to, like, fully prevent it once certain damages have, like, occurred. I mean, hell, I know that's happened with, like, my Xbox. At least with certain games where it feels like that's happened. Oh, well. Just gotta ride this out for all we can until it is just as easy and convenient to focus on, like, emulation alternatives as, like, the viable solution. But yeah, just look at this. We're already here. The best area of the game. Skytown is incredible.
Samus, your highest priority is to get Skytown's Aurora unit back online. It will help you find a way to reach the seed. We will upload its coordinates to you now. Proceed with caution. Gore's whereabouts and disposition are still unknown.
Granted, I probably know what his disposition is. We already saw what happened to run this. Oh yeah, and here's something. The data bod's here. This is how you access lore. You shoot it, and it projects it. Pretty nifty. I still love, like, they went to the effort to come up with, like, different ways of accessing lore on each planet. The creators. I am Legion, descendant of both the Chozo and the First. I'm facing the last moments of my life and transferring my memory to the data pod. In a way, our chronicle begins nearly 1500 years ago, when our noble creators, the Chozo, began to build that which would become our home. Always the Chozo. Place of exploration and knowledge, floating in the clouds of planet Elysia, a fitting home for its great Chozo builders. They built many linked hovering pods. In time, they formed a net in the skies across the globe, instruments peering out in all directions, studying the cosmos. Did not exist then. Only the Chozo walked these hallowed halls. To the distant stars they looked, and a great many things they discovered, including that which would later spell grim disaster for all. Yep. So much of like the lore in this game that you scan for all these enemies, like it always just boils down to like there's like a great peril and doom that's coming, and it's gonna fuck everything up here, and there's no way of stopping it. There. Got it. So yeah. First instance they give you of being able to mess around with Hyperball. It's pretty good. Yeah. I dig it. But next room, we're going to be getting a taste of like the really good stuff that makes Skytown memorable. Look at this. Look at this. Look how far out into the distance you can see. Retro was never able to do this in either Prime 1 or 2. Like ex-devs from Retro Studios have like brought this up before, but it's like the whole idea behind a Skytown is that they very deliberately were making this as like as much of a fun area of a great game as it was a technical showpiece for like, this is what they could do with the Wii. Even when it is so clearly outclassed, obviously, by the 360 and PS3, it can still do more than a GameCube when you put your fucking mind to it. Alright. And look at this. We now get to do the thing that Bioshock Infinite clearly did not give you enough time or opportunities to make use of. Because it did not, unlike this game, it did not have a smart development cycle. Okay, admittedly, this isn't being used like in any in-depth like combat applications, but fuck it, like riding on these zip lines is cool. It was the only other comparison I could think of for games where you're in a zone of like a floating town high above the clouds. Oh yeah, and here some more enemies. 10 bots. Easily knocked down. This is one of those things where it's like, yeah. Look at that. Look at just a good charge shot sending them flying. That's great. And that's not even counting that, like, eventually we're going to get Boost Ball back. And you bet your ass that, like, the game's going to encourage you to just boost right into them and send them flying. I mean, look at that thing in the background. Look how crazy that satellite is. Oh, man. This game is so tight. God. Alright. Elysian data doc decoded. The gift. Several decades passed for the Chozo. The harsh winds and storms began to take their toll on the station. Upkeep began to take up more of their time. Seeking a need for assistance, they created us. The first Elysian, built by Chozo hands, stepped out of the manufacture... out of the mechanic creation... Jeez. That's a loaded word. Anyway, 1450.82 years ago. Crude by our current standards, first was soon given the greatest gift of all by Chozo, to better assist the creators. The first was given self-awareness. Self-awareness. I was thinking about Amp 3 a while ago, and I just remembered a lot of, like, the silly bullshit that Sebastian says. To all other Legions, the first shared the Chozo gift. This event marks the year 1 of the Elysian Reckoning. Ooh. Holographic projector. There's gore. Interesting. Actually, hold on. I didn't check that upper ledge. I could grab that, can't I? Yes, I can, but I can't really do anything up here. Oh, well. Just did it to show that there's something up there. Makes sense. Steam Lord. I definitely was getting this scan early because we're going to fight him later. Yeah. Okay. Over to the transit hub. And look what's back. It's our good old friend, the kinetic orb cannon. Let's go for a ride. And then, now, obviously with this, we could do, like, the traditional bomb jump method, or as the game clearly wants you to do because of the ability to finally jump in Morph Ball, do this. So much easier. Well, I guess easier is relative depending on how much you care to, like, flick the Wii Remote upward just to make you jump. Here's a locking mechanism that requires seeker missiles. We'll get that eventually. Yeah, we need heat for that. Oh well. We'll take this. Oh, come on. How'd you miss? This is the one thing that's kind of annoying until you get acquainted to it again. But it's because, regardless of where you're aiming, it is... Yeah. Like, no matter how fast they are, the projectiles from your from your arm cannon, they are not hit scan. They have travel time. You have to take that into account as well as, like, aiming trajectory and all that shit. Yeah. I think it's just that first one, because of how fast you're going, that it's, like, kind of difficult to immediately wrap your head around. All right. Yeah, where are we? We're the barracks access. Yep. Mm-hmm. I could hear that energy hum clear as day. Okay. Yeah, we're almost 2 hours into this session, so let's see how this, how far we take this. I'm unsure whether or not we'll be able to face gore during this, but we could try. Be nice to get another hunter fight, especially just because of how absolutely fantastic it was to experience the Run This fight all over again. If only for the music. Run This's boss theme is just has an amazingly powerful energy to it. Okay. Yep. Time for a mini-boss. So here are the Steam bots. Oh yeah, what was that? Rendered inert by high temp hits. Right. Which we don't have yet. Eventually. Right, yeah, now we're at the point where it's like these fuckers, like, it's possible to have hyper mode, like, nullified. Oh yeah, and that's right, I do have Steam Lord already scanned anyway. Oh my god, he knows. The bastard. There we go. Yeah. Him going invisible like that obviously has an impact on things. But yeah. Enemies are just as likely to knock you out of hyper mode as they are to trigger it when you don't want to. There we go. Free to leave. Some more lore as well. The discovery. What did they discover? Chosen were watchers studying the depths of space tirelessly to quench their thirst for knowledge. At this facility, they launched observation satellites, firing them into the heavens toward distant worlds. They returned information that allowed them to analyze various phenomena occurring across the cosmos. Through this process, they were able to satisfy their intellectual appetite one planet at a time. One day, Chozo's searcher happened upon a very rare discovery. A once thought lost satellite delivered information on a distant world, incredibly far away even by Chozo reckoning. Studied the stellar object revealed that it was, in many ways, a planet, and yet also sentient. Alive. This chance event was brief, and the information being collected was lost before the true identity of the planet was revealed. Spoilers, that planet that they're talking about, we go to at the end, because that's literally the origin of Phazon. This game's old. I don't give a shit about keeping the mystery. Okay, it's not this one. We gotta find another door. I think it is. Right. Okay. But yeah, like this zone right here's got some pretty neat enemies, you know? Like the regular, like, tin bots that you can easily knock over are pretty great. And then obviously there's the matter of, like, the stuff you do on these, zip lines. Okay. We're coming up on the Aurora Chamber. Let's go. Always gotta remember when, like, going on certain terms, you gotta lead your shots. That's how it works with the physics in this game. We'll get that open eventually. It'll be fine. A little repair drone. Look at these cute little guys. Honestly, like, getting lost or turned around, like, never really happened to me as often as it would seem. Plus, I think for me, it's like there's a decent enough, like, amount of, like, going back and forth between, like, these, like, cramped indoor areas and, like, the big outside open vistas. That's just kind of how I feel about it. Obviously, like, won't deny that, like, the major thing that is still a big draw for this is, like, the aesthetic and, like, the scope of what it's showing. Because it's something that, like, not really any of the other areas of the game even get into.
Continue exploring Skytown. There must be something in this facility that can help you open the chamber gate.
The indoor areas I'm talking about, corridors and elevators, don't differentiate much. Fair. Yeah. But even then, like, I still, like, just because of how I look at these games, I always still take into account, like, the, like, even if it's necessarily on the subject of, like, the indoor areas, I still think about how they're used, like, in conjunction with the rest of the overall space, which means I'm, like, naturally going to include, like, the pacing that goes with when you go into the outdoor areas. Actually, hold on. Did I even... Oh, wait. No, never mind. I already killed them all that I forgot if I actually got the... I could double check again just to make sure. Yeah, I got Sky Puffer. Okay. So, like, even with the aesthetics of, like, the indoor areas, I can see how things can, like, look not quite as distinct from one another. I do think there's one part of the game, though, in Skytown where you could say that, like, it does get pretty distinct from everywhere else. And, like, it's obviously because of just how it's not just the difference in, like, kind of room layout and aesthetics, but also just the mood that it decides to exude. Okay. So we're at the Spire dock. Trying to remember which door is it that I gotta take? For sure, yeah. Okay, good. First try, I did end up at the Spire dock. Or no, the Spire dock was there. That's the security station. That was the completely wrong spot. Yeah, like the big set pieces that obviously come to mind are like anything to do with like with Gore as you're like coming across him leading up to the boss fight. there's that entire section that just has Metroids in there. And, like, in order to progress, you have to remove one of the power cells and, like, turn off all power in the area, including the containment field. So you're going through, like, these dark corridors while Metroids are loose. And then, of course, there's the big one that you do prior to, like, the Leviathan in this area, where you're literally creating just a megaton bomb to drop into the clouds on top of the shields. It's pretty great. Okay. Open up. Zipline Station Charlie. No, that's the wrong one. Okay. Tinbots being very easy to just get knocked around never fails to be so satisfying. There we go. All right, Dragoon Battle Drum. And then there's boost bowling for Tinbots. Yeah. God, yeah, it's just another feather in Retro's cap as far as, like, how can we make the boost ball, like, one of the most fun morph ball abilities ever? It just give you the ability to knock over, like, whole groups of enemies like it's, like, they're a bunch of bowling pins. Nice. Oh yeah, that's right. Got it. Another missile expansion. We got it's like open shots like this, where you just see what's in the background. It's stuff like this that makes it so satisfying going through Skytown. Stylish kill. Didn't even have to touch him. Still, and even with my love for Skytown in particular, I'm still looking forward to when we finally get access to, like, the Valhalla and, like, the Space Pirate homeworld. Just because the latter, I feel, is, like, this game's way of trying to bring back just the littlest bit of that Prime 2, like, level of oppression, you know? That is, like, you are in the most dangerous, hostile space you could be. And the acid rain gimmick early on, like, kind of brings some of that back. But fortunately, it's one that you don't have to deal with for too long. And you can avoid damage from it almost entirely because of, like, the overhead cover that the level gives you from the rain. All right. Construction Bay. Also, man, it's a good thing Retro had the idea with Prime 2 and 3 of just letting you, like, if you fall off into a pit, they just make it so Like, it just resets you back on the previous platform with only a little bit of health. Good thing they did not do the asshole thing of, hey, let's cause an instant game over if you fall off. Yeah, because no one likes that. Rightfully so. There we go. Oh. Okay, yeah. The game may not instantly kill you if you fall, but that's not above doing a couple dick moves like that. But at least those are the kind of dick moves that you can just laugh off when it happens. Like, oh, yo, you sly son of a bitch, you got me. Alright. Time to reposition the crane. Yep, we're... Alright, ballista lift. That's where we're at. Yeah. Well, obviously that's just because of it's, like... They kind of know full well that at least, like, with Prime specifically, it being 3D, that adds a whole level of complication to how you can design maps for this sort of thing. So it makes sense that they wouldn't go out of way to, like, replicate the need to do that amount of, like, crazy precision that you do in the 2D games, you know? Hold on, I missed the lore bot up here. I believe it was, yeah. That said, though, I'm always still a fan of, like, the Shine Spark puzzles in the 2D games, but at least that's only because it's, like, at least past Super, since Super was when they introduced it, but also had, like, the bizarre idea that you take damage when you collide with something. Like, I generally have, like, always, like, once I understood, like, the mechanisms behind Shine Sparking, it is like I finally understood there was, like, a whole other level of fun to like, end game of, like, any Metroid title when you're getting the remaining power-ups and whatnot. But yeah, either way, the game, you know, the people at Retro, they clearly understood, you know, not to do anything as dickish as just, like, bottomless pits that result in a game over, you know? Like, even the Metroid games, like, even the 2D ones generally don't do that. That's practically like a golden rule for like any Metroidvania. All right, here's our new mini boss, the defense drone. Antennas appear to be fragile. Control unit inside armored helmet. Okay, come on, let me just... Alright. I guess that's the best I could hope for. There we go. It's about, you know, a little more than a fourth down. I gotta say, one detail... So are you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just one detail of, like, during your first visit to Skytown, I was reminded of that was, like, really nice to see again, was the thing with, like, the security monitors that you pass by and that it just shows images of gore. And, like, the idea that it's implying that, like, he's using those to basically see where you are. You know? Like, that basically, you look at those and it confirms, yeah, he's alive, he's here, but at the same time, it's like, he's also watching you. You know that, like, things have gone bad for the other hunters. Yeah. Not much else really to, like, this boss fight, obviously. It's not a bad concept. Obviously another example of showing off, like, why that they designed this game around free aim lock-on. This also shows you who runs Skytown. Like posters of the leader from Metropolis or something. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. There we go. Got him. And after Gore's defeated, oh, yeah. I'll admit, I'm briefly blanking on, like, who shows up, like, on the monitor once Gore is gone, but I could probably assume what. Again, it's still been a while. Because, again, it's like that detail I was already talking about, I had forgotten was even a thing. Until coming back here, and that made it like a pleasant surprise. There we go. Boost Ball is back. And... time to spin. Another great addition to, like, the stuff you do with the boost ball in these games. Just a nice detail that is different afterwards. Okay, yeah. Alright. Cool. Now we just gotta head back to the Aurora Chamber. Though on the way back there, we can obviously take the time to go bowling for tin bots. Because we have it now. Got it. Vaguely reminiscent of the waters in Prime 1 being cleansed after you defeated the missile drone guy and then Flagra. Yeah! Yeah, that is pretty similar, just thinking about it. That was always like, yeah, that was also like a detail about Prime 1 I definitely liked. Just seeing like the poison water in the Chozo ruins getting cleansed after you go through that first pass. Mm-hmm. Like, it's pretty easy to give you a very nice, feel-good sense of empowerment in a video game if what you're doing has, like, a very clear positive effect on nature, you know? It's why something like Okami is, like, one of the most ultimate feel-good games ever. Because it's all about you being a goddess restoring nature. It's great. Here it comes. Okay, that was your moment of bowling. That was great. Huh. This little mini mecha's still there. Okay, so just straight ahead. And the repairs are more advanced this time. That's true, yeah. All right. God, I love this. Just like, it makes total sense and can be kind of silly, like, when you think about it, but it's still cool in context. Just taking advantage of the boost ball to basically run through what is basically a hamster wheel. Like, honestly, considering how that works, it's like, I'm surprised that they did not have that idea first for Prime 2. Considering all the ways they expanded on the boost ball in that game.
The Aurora unit is corrupted and requires repair. Opening maintenance level hatch.
Alright. Okay, time to do some hardware maintenance. Yeah, this is just too fun. Also, man, Hyperball is like a really good way of like, if you really need to just get all of Phazon out of your system before corruption starts, it's like, that's the best way to do it, because you don't have the charge up time that comes with using the Hyper Beam. More types of in-world interactions they fit in the more invested the player can feel. You're the one there, making the world go. Couldn't have said it better than myself, man. Sums up just how well, like, those kind of, like how those feelings of, like, empowerment in game matter so much. Oh. Look who it is.
This turn of events is insignificant. I'll show you what I mean. Up there! The network's been severed. You have no chance of destroying the seed unless you restore the Aurora unit.
Bye. All right. You know, I think with 30 minutes left or so, we might actually be able to get to the gore fight after all. Just kind of looking ahead of what stuff needs to be done left for tonight. Yeah, we should be able to make it happen.
Thank you for purging our Phazon corruption and allowing us to awaken. There is much to do.
Clearly.
We have communed with AU-242 on Olympus and learned that a Leviathan impacted Elysia and began spreading corruption. We must destroy this Leviathan and stem the tide of corruption as soon as possible. We have a plan, but Gore's attack severed key communication cables, disrupting our access to Skytown's primary network. This prevents us from controlling Skytown and executing our plan to destroy the Leviathan.
Yeah.
This plasma cannon should be able to fuse
Yeah, just
together
real cocky, but like that's always like the biggest sign that like these that these people, like, they're clearly on the wrong side of the conflict when they decide to completely underestimate this woman's reputation and be like, oh, I could take her. All right. And back to the Aurora lift. Yeah. And now things are starting to look a bit more messed up because of Gore just hanging around. Let's make a quick safety save over here. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Like, you look at it and it's pretty clear to tell that, like, you know, even though, like, the whole, the point of Mother Brain is that it was, like, originally, like, it's still obviously, both stem from the idea that, like, yes, this is the Federation trying to do the same organic, like, supercomputer AI that the Chozo did with Mother Brain, but this works a lot better in Prime's case, in that they took the core concept and created an entire network that is able to pilot ships and have, like, very clearly defined rules, as opposed to just the very half-assed artificial intelligence goes rogue bullshit that they do in Other M. You know? Stuff where it's like, when I remember that that was something that happened in that game, I was like, this feels so, like, not well built up at all, but that's also not surprising considering how just not that good or well made that anything else in Other M is. But either way, it's like even back when this game was coming out, I still remember the there was like a sort of info trailer about the like Aurora units in in this game, and just how they were always very clearly alluding to the fact that, yeah, these were very clearly taking cues from Mother Brain. The Federation saw what the Chozo had in mind and is like, oh shit, we should do that. And like no pretense of like weird fixation on motherhood or other bullshit. No, sir. There we go. And the good old half-pipes return. Nice. Okay. Still need to hurry back to the ship. Because Gore is currently wrecking hell on that poor thing. Okay, where am I at currently? Yeah, transit hub, hub access, arrival station. Got it. All right. It's MB, the MB with the MB who will eventually become MB. Oh no! Yeah, that's arguably like the most sane explanation you could give to that entire fucking plot point. Alright. Keep pushing forward. Alright. Arrival station. Oh, no, never mind. I'm actually not going to do it because I know it would just send me flying off this ledge if I tried to boost ball into these things. Oh, come on. Was not close enough? Seriously? Oh, whatever.
Ship priority. Ship priority status alert. Hull armor taking damage.
I know. I'm gonna get there eventually. Nice. Very smooth hop out of the hole and into the kinetic orb cannon. Very nice. And thank you for that E-tank. We'll absolutely need it for Gore. Alright. And got it. Oh, okay. Close enough. Yep. As always, every time you're taking a turn, it's always best to just lead your shots somewhat to ensure that you don't miss the freaking obstacles you need to shoot.
Warning. Hull integrity is compromised. Armor damage is critical.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Come on. Open up. That's Video Games 101. Absolutely. Oh man, just look at him going to town on that thing. Alright, hold it.
Just in time.
Oh, this is pretty rad. Man, Samus's ship takes such a beating in Prime 3. Like, he gets shot at with, like, anti-air cannons on Bryyo. And then this asshole just chucks it at you after punching holes into the top of the hull. Here we go, Gore. Shields repel all weapons fired, powered by a unit on his back. Trying to remember any particular details. Overloading generator could expose the well-protected critical systems behind his battle armor. Gore's arsenal is considerable: plasma-based beam weapons, attack claws, multi-missiles, yada yada. These battle systems can be combined with fire and fired at once as a devastating alpha strike. Target's also capable of high-speed ramming attack, though this is potentially dangerous if performed over a slippery surface. How convenient that we just get all this, like, pools of fuel gel. Okay, come on. Yep, we got it. Okay, that's nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Last time your ship got damaged, you destroyed an entire planet's worth of dark dimension. Maybe Gore should have taken notes about messing with her ride. Yeah. And obviously, timeline-wise, this is before that, like, she, like, straight up loses consciousness and crashes her ship into an asteroid belt at the start of Fusion. I like this whole setup it goes for, causing him to just slip. Look at this. Like, when you realize what this is and how you do it, this is just comical. Okay, that's it. On to the second phase. Oh, camera, please. Oh, come on. Alright, we're in the second phase as well. Lower target appears to be connected to Gore's main CPU, vulnerable to ground attacks. Yeah, I already knew that. Got it! Yeah. Oh, yeah, this bit. This bit. Yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah, there we go. And there we go. Nice. This game really rewards flirting with danger in hyper mode. First you're jamming rockets up his inflamed butt, then you're going for his danglies. I hope he doesn't end up with psychological damage from all this. Oh, don't worry, the lasting psychological trauma is just being absorbed and assimilated into Dark Samus. That's it. Oh, look at that clenched fist. She knows full well that Dark Samus is gonna pay. She's gonna make that bitch pay. Oh, man. Good fight. The Hunter fights in Prime 3 really are some of the best, you know? Which all the more reminds me I'm super excited when we get to Gandreda, because that one is just the most extensive it gets. But there we go, Plasma Beam, back online. Okay. Well, the ship's fine, but damaged, so we can't really leave with it yet. That's fine by me, because we can actually save right now and call it quits for tonight's stream. Oh yeah, and of course, because this is how it is in Prime 3, our beams stack, like in the 2D games. It's like the one thing where I wish they still kept it consistent with Prime 1 and 2, where you could manually swap them, instead of you just get more beams that stack on each other and increase in power. But I get it, they kind of ran out of, like, convenient buttons to kind of, like, make that work, when, especially with them having hyper mode. And hyper mode has its own fun, so I'll allow it. That said, though, switchable charge beams, definitely another thing that needs to return for Prime 4. I feel like that needs to be something that's like as expected as like the usual visor stuff in the other Prime games. Oh, there we go. That was good. Some nice progress was made. Ugh, so yeah, next stream will be Friday. Yeah, Friday will be another stream day, though this time it'll be in the morning, because I now finally have the Oh, I wonder how sentient Dark Samus even is. She kind of seems to be either trolling you or obsessed with you, and two, when she's not a cloud of sparkles. This one, she's literally trying to be your friends, but also kill you. Yeah, that's just how Phazon is. It just wants you to have Phazon and then absorb you back into it. Guess it's because it's like, I don't know. I guess I'd make a Getter Robo analogy, but I think that would be like ignoring a whole lot of the nuance that comes from, like, Getter Rays in that manga. But yeah, Friday stream's gonna be in the morning, because I finally got full confirmation on, like, what all remaining hours I'm gonna have for this week because of it being Thanksgiving weekend, and it's like, aside from having to go in tomorrow for just, like, a few short hours, that's basically all my remaining work for the week. And then I can enjoy my weekend proper. Happy Thims Gibbons. Yeah. Saying to you, man. And thank you for for coming by to see me play through this. Even if it's, even when you still show up, like, partway through, it's still always appreciated. The company is always nice. So that's it. Gonna get ready to chill out and get ready for bed. Take care, everyone.